Hello Gemini, welcome. This is your September general reading. This is a general reading for all Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So the messages are for whoever needs to hear them. If it resonates, that's amazing. And if it doesn't, check your own Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs and see if you can put those pieces together. All right, so let's get the messages going here. I'm feeling like a lot of you Geminis are ready to hear some kind of a message. So let's see what the universe has. Waiting for you. Let's get the energies cleared. Ooh, something shifted it for you. Gemini, I just heard that. I felt like you went from one, it's like you had a vibratory shift. So, dear universe, what messages do you have for our Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? What messages do you have for our Geminis for this month of September? See, I think a few of you Geminis, I think a few of you have been carrying something really heavy with you and not telling anybody. And I feel like you've been working at something, and whatever this issue is, this burden that you're carrying, it's almost like I see you doing the same thing over and over and over again. And nothing is changing. Nothing seems to be working. You're still feeling very alone with whatever it is you're carrying. And I think you may be a boss. I'm feeling like you are both the Hermit and the King of Pentacles here. So maybe you have a little Virgo in your chart. Maybe you have some kind of earth energy in your chart that might be going on. Maybe you're a Taurus, Gemini, cusper. But I'm definitely picking up that when it comes to work, I mean, I think your business might be in trouble. That could be a problem. And that might be what's really weighing you down, and you're carrying this weight without knowing how to actually share the burden. Because there's something that's happened that has left you very solitary and very alone. Let's see. What's your recent past, Gemini? Ooh, that's good. So I feel like some opportunity has come your way. So I'm feeling like if you're going to have, like you are being given an opportunity. And this is your recent past. So I'm feeling like you have maybe been given this opportunity that could totally turn things around and make things easier for you, maybe even like relieve some of this pressure that you've been feeling, because I am feeling like there's a lot of pressure at work with you. But there's still this need for you to put something down, because here you get this offer, and this ability to have a brand new start. But yet something is keeping you from being able to do this. It's like you don't want this tower to fall. It's almost like you don't want people to really know how bad this situation that you've been walking around with really is what I think. Because even with this gift, this new offer, it's not going to turn your problem around. But you have that opportunity. Why aren't you taking the opportunity? So let's see what's in your present and get some cards down. Ooh, see. Things at home are not very good either. Just seems like everything around you doesn't seem to be working very well. You're remaining very guarded, because there's this It's like there's a something with you that's very solitary that you're not going to let anybody in on. You know, I think it's something that I get the word seething. It's like there's something that you're so distraught from all this pressure that you're feeling. I mean, that you're seething inside. It's affecting everyone. It's affecting everyone because you're trying to keep something so protected and so under wraps. That I get, you may have an ulcer. I feel like you're giving yourself an ulcer, trying to be in control of a situation that is out of control. See, there's somebody who, So this is interesting because these are the cards that you don't see coming, okay? So what we have here is this Queen of Wands reversed. This is a fire type of energy. And this could be somebody in around you that you fight with a lot. It's one of these things where you fight a lot and then you kiss and make up. And then you fight a lot and you kiss and make up. You fight and you kiss and make up. Because this Knight of Cups, this is like a love them, leave them type of energy. But they keep coming back even though you fight. Because here, this Queen of Wands, she's got her shit together. I mean, she's in control and it's almost like she's got somebody wrapped around their little finger. This Knight of Cups. So, who are you? Are you the Queen of Wands who has somebody wrapped around their finger? I mean, because somebody keeps coming back offering you, it's almost like, you get into this nasty fight and this person gets mean, nasty, vicious, starts saying all kinds of things, and then you come back and you offer love and we kiss and make up and then off you go again. It's like, but it doesn't change. But I do see that at some point, somebody makes a decision, because this is the cycle of the future, and it's just like it's going round and round in circles. And again, it's giving you a lot of stress and pressure. So the Two of Wands is really about making your mark upon the world, doing something and then following it through and taking the next steps. And I feel like this whole situation between you and your person, I mean, there's always this conflict. Like I say, it's this kiss and make up type of thing. And I don't know, I get this sense of like peace needs to happen on the horizon. All right, let's see what's above you. Maybe we can get more sense out of this reading for you, Gemini. What's above you, Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Ooh, the Sun. See, I think it's one of these things, this conflict with this person, with work or whatever, somebody finally makes a decision. And I feel like it's you, Gemini, that says, I've got to like get some control over this, because right now you're in this and you're all alone trying to make things work. But with you and your person, I feel like you, Gemini, it's not only at work where you have problems, but it's also at home where you have problems. But here we have this sun shining above you. Maybe there's somebody who comes in, a Leo possibly. But I feel like this sun is shining light on everything that is bad. Kind of like the moon does that when we have a full moon. I feel like this light is like, look, you've got to change something here. And you got to quit fooling yourself and pretending that it's better than it is. Because I feel like the pressure at work is so much that you bring it home, and now home is just as bad, that you're just ready to run. So I do feel like there's this part of you, somebody gives in, like this Knight of Swords. They're like, look, I'm done fighting. You're not going to trust anybody, but you're done fighting at the moment. And I think that is the key to starting to bring a sense of order back into your life. You have some real transient people in your life. You know, so Gemini, I want to talk to a single Gemini right now, because I feel like there is a single Gemini who has some people in the workplace watching them. And there's these offers from people that just are not sincere. You know, I would be very careful at work with people saying they will help you and they really don't mean it. Not, you know, because it's one of those things, and I think this is what that pressure is. It's like you don't trust that your people have your back. And I feel like there's one person in particular that you've got your eye on, you know, because you've got to turn things around, you know, because once you start turning things around and, you know, the ship is finally moving forward, you're going to feel better. But right now, it's like you feel like your ship is sinking on some level. And I mean that, you know, not just work and home. I mean, everything affects everything. Because listen, if you can't pay the bills for your high-priced little condo you got there on the beach, you're in trouble, and you don't want your wife to find out. Holy cow, she'll be just like devastated. Not to mention that she'll make your life miserable, because what do you mean we don't have money to pay for anything anymore? You know, so I feel like you have that I'm in charge type of energy, but you're doing it alone. So I do feel like somebody does step in to help you. Quite possibly this Queen of Cups, you know, water energy. Somebody does come in, I think, and I feel like they calm things down. And they're part of the sun, you know. So you may be dealing with somebody who's got Leo with some water energy in it, or vice versa. But I feel like this person comes in and they help start to calm, you know, the unrest. But you've got to make a decision, because, like, this is your baby and it's not working. And for some of you, the relationship at home, you're pretending that everything is better at home than it really is. See, again, I'm feeling like work and your work and your home life, they're just like, you're trying to, like, impress everybody. Why are you trying to impress everybody? You know, because it's just like you don't want people to know how you're really feeling, Gemini. You really don't. Because you're under so much pressure and you don't want to crack. But whatever this burden is that you're holding on to, I think that's the key. And you know what it is. All right, final outcome for our Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So it's interesting that we have this Hierophant with this 9 of Cups, because I feel like for some of you, the decision you've got to give something up, because not everything is working. And somebody ends up alone, again, alone and out in the cold. And it could be because you have been so guarded that it has now backfired on you. So I think for some of you, if this need, you know, to do it all on your own, and, you know, to not let anybody know really the kind of pressure that you're feeling, I just think if you don't voice what's really going on and start to let some other people come in and help carry this burden that you're carrying all on your own to help relieve the pressure, that you are going down a road that will ultimately bring this tower, for sure, tumbling down. So I feel like you're at a crossroads, you know, where you need to really see what's going on here, because you can't pretend anymore, Gemini. I can't, you just can't pretend anymore. And I feel like there's this one final wish that you have on your heart. I don't know what it is, and I think it's related to whatever this show is that you've got going on. This buildup of pressure. I mean, it's like you are asking, like, just God, just give me this one last thing. I feel like some of you are actually bargaining with God, to help you out of this situation that I think ultimately is going to fail. So you're going down a road where you have to look at it as everything you've done to try to preserve your work, your home, and everything else. You may lose it all. And I think you need to be prepared for that, because I just feel like this card leaves you out in the cold. And it's because you have held on so tight to something in your world that in the end, you've lost it all. This love with your family. And you've been under a lot of pressure and a lot of anxiety, but I don't feel like you've been honest. And that's why, it's like you created this scenario, Gemini. And you're lucky you have the sun above you, because I think that's your saving grace. This and a person who is willing to help you, because you have somebody in your midst who is willing to help you. But your relationship, I mean, you have really tarnished your relationship. And I feel like you want forgiveness. Maybe that's your final thing. You lose the business. You lose everything. You lose, your house, your home. And the one thing that you don't want to lose is your partner. And I think that's your final wish. But how do you turn that around at this point, Gemini? Because, I see you hanging on to whatever it is so tightly is your downfall. Whatever thing it is you're hanging on to, secret. Maybe it could be, an issue about finances where, the numbers in the books, maybe you're messing with the books. The numbers say you have, $10,000 and the truth is you probably have $500. That kind of thing. It's like you're keeping everything very close, but it's leaving you very, very solitary, Gemini. So let's get a final card of advice for you for this September. What do we have for our Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? Final cards of advice for our Geminis for this September. Yeah, see, you're hiding. You're hiding. So I think the final card of advice, honestly, I feel is like you got to come out, and I think when you're honest with someone, because you have somebody who wants to help you, Gemini. I see that right here, and they've been watching this whole thing, and I think they see the kind of, I want to say you dug your own grave. I mean, they see this hole that you're in and they want to help you out of it. But it's going to require you coming clean and being open and honest, and not playing the victim in all of this, because I feel like there's a tendency that you can do that. So I feel like you need to really listen to your intuition, because what hasn't worked. I mean, there's just something that you are not willing to walk away from that is not working, and you know what it is. Here you are again, something from the past. There's an issue from your past. Let's see. What is it that Gemini is not wanting to let go of? Oh, it's a secret. You have a secret. Well, dear Gemini, I think that's about to come out. That is definitely about to come out. So we're going to end it here. I will do readings throughout the month, So your energies right now is about your secret you're holding on to, Gemini. So it's going to come out. I just think, you should be really grateful you have somebody in your corner. Really. Somebody's really going to help you out. But this has got to end. There's so much unhappiness going on. Ooh, see, I wonder whether this has to do with alcohol, because I feel like there is an issue that brings you down. Either it has to do with gambling, alcohol, something toxic, some kind of toxic energy. And now, you're going to want a second chance. As long as you hold this secret close to you, you're not going to let love in. You're not going to let anybody in. So take whatever works, Gemini. That's what I've got for you. I'll see you at the next reading. We'll pull a love reading here in the next few days and see what energies you have with that. But yeah, time to really look at what's going on in your world, Gemini. All right, so that's what I've got for you. It looks like some of you are going to end up without having a second chance. You got to decide what your priorities are. All right, Gemini? What's your priority? Your secret? Ooh, you keep getting thrown out in the cold. Something's got to change. This is card is number 5. Something has to change. And it's going to require you really turning to your faith. Everybody's watching you. People have seen this coming. I think you're the only one that's been fooled thinking that nobody was going to see this coming. But everybody already knows what's going down. So it's just a matter of time before you turn this around. All right, so I'm going to end it here for you, Gemini, and I will see you at the next reading. Until then, blessed be. Bye now.